Hello everyone, welcome to the ITLS Academy. Today we are going to discuss the topic composition and nutritive value of fruits and vegetables. See, the classification of the fruits. First of all, the definition of the fruit and the classification of the fruits and vegetables. Okay, both are already uploaded in our channel. You can go through this video and see. Here what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss today is composition and nutritive value of fruits and vegetables. Okay, now structure and composition of cell tissue. See, all types of fruits and vegetables are composed of simple and complex cells. Okay, we all know that all types of fruits and vegetables are composed of means that are made up of, okay, are composed of or made up of two types of cells, that is your simple cells and complex cells. Okay, if you talk about the simple cell, then it consists dermal tissue and parenchyma tissue. Okay, so this dermal tissue and parenchyma tissue are the part of the simple tissue, and they are help in the composition of the fruits and vegetable. And if we talk about the complex tissue, so then then at this condition, the vascular tissue, parenchyma tissue and sclerenchyma supporting tissue are part of these complex tissue. And vascular tissue consists two type of tissue. One is your xylem, okay, one is your phloem. And we all know that xylem is for the water transport, and this phloem is for the food transport. Okay, so um we all know that these fruits and vegetables are made up of this type of tissues. Now come to the next slide. Here the composition of the parenchyma cell. See, all type of parenchyma cells consist what? Consist chloroplast, nucleus. See, this part is what? This part is your nucleus. And this greenish part is what? They are chloroplast. Okay. Now this part, this blue part. Okay, this part is what? This is endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and this orange part is your mitochondria. See, this purple, light purple part is your Golgi apparatus, or you can say that Golgi body. Okay, now see, here the ribosomes are dispersed inside the cell. This is your ribosome, and along with ribosomes, some thread-like structure are also present, which is called microtubules. Okay, now this membrane is called plasma membrane. Okay, this membrane. Okay, this is what? This is your plasma membrane. Okay, now plasmodesmata is also present. This is your plasmodesmata, and the structure in which plasmodesmata are present, this is called your pit. Okay, now this is your central vascular system. This part is considered as a central vascular system. And when we zoom this part where all type of layers are present, then here three types of layer are present. One is your primary cell wall, then middle lamella. This is your middle lamella. This is your primary cell wall. Then this is your secondary cell wall. Then whole these three are considered as a cell wall. Primary cell wall, middle lamella, secondary cell wall are considered what? They are considered as a cell wall. Now plasma membranes are also present, and cell wall of adjoining cells are also present. So this is the component of the parenchyma cell, or you can say that structure of the parenchyma cell. What this is? What this is a structure of parenchyma cell. Okay. Now come to the next slide. Chemical composition of plant material. See, every fruits and vegetable are what? They are Obviously, they are plant derived fruits and vegetables. They are what? They are plants derived, means that they are composed of from plants. So here what should we are going to see? We are going to see that chemical composition of that fruits and vegetable. Okay, here the plant material means, here the plant material means the chemical composition of fruits and vegetables. Okay, now the first one is your carbohydrate, because this is the major composition of the fruits and vegetable. Okay, major. And both type of simple and complex form of carbohydrate are present. If we talk about the simple form, then it is glucose, okay, sucrose, etc. And if we talk about the complex form, then these will consider as a starch, cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectin substance. So they are what? They are carbohydrate. Both type of carbohydrate are used in the composition of the fruits and vegetables, that is your simple and complex form. If we talk about the simple form, then it will consider as a glucose, sucrose, etc. And if we talk about the complex form, then it will be considered as a starch, cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectin. Now the second one is your protein. Okay, protein is present about after that fat are present, and the percentage of the fat is about 5%. Now this carbohydrate, this protein, and this fat are considered as what? They are considered as a macronutrients. Okay, here we are not going to discuss about this macronutrients because this is the separate topic, but the definition of this macronutrients means that which required in a huge amount. Just a minute. Okay, now macronutrients are what? Macronutrients are required in a huge amount. Macronutrients, which is required in a huge amount, required in a huge amount. Okay, now the second one is your vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals are also used in the composition of the plants and fruits and vegetable, and they are considered as a micronutrients. Okay, so micronutrients, the basic definition of the micronutrients are what? They are required in a less amount, required in a small amount. Okay, so in detail we will discuss in our next session. Okay, now the sixth composition of the fruits and vegetable is your water, and the percentage of the water is about 80 to 90%. Okay, that's why the fruits and vegetable are considered as a perishable food, because it contains lots of water, around 80 to 90%, and it will easily spoil because microorganism required moisture for their growth. And here in fruits and vegetables, there are around 80 to 90% waters are present. Now phytochemicals are present, pigments are present. In pigments, it contains chlorophyll, which give green color, carotenoids, which give yellow, red, or orange color, anthocyanin, which give red, blue, or purple color, and anthocyanin, which give white color. This anthocyanin and anthocyanin is also considered as a flavonoid flavonoids. So this is the composition of the fruits and vegetable. That means that fruits and vegetable contain carbohydrate, fats, protein, vitamins, minerals, along with water, phytochemicals, pigments, and in pigments, chlorophyll, carotenoid, anthocyanin, and anthocyanins are present. Now come to the next slide. This is your flavor compounds are also present. Flavor compounds means that it gives smell and taste. Smell and taste both are considered as a flavor compound. Now it will be a allium, brassica, organic acid, alluminum and brassica are also considered come in the category of sulfur. They are also contain sulfur, and organic acid like your citric acid, malic acid, tartaric acid. Citric acid like your all the citrus fruit like your oranges. Okay. Malic present in apple. Okay. So these are the flavor compound which are present in a fruits and vegetables. Now come to the next slide. Turgor pressure. See, the definition of the Turgor pressure is that the pressure um, that water-filled vacuoles exert on the cytoplasm. There are water-filled vacuoles are present in the structure of the fruits and vegetables, and they exert a pressure to the cytoplasm, and this pressure are sometimes partially and sometimes they are elastic in nature. Now come to the next slide. Fruits. So here what should we are going to see? We are going to see the basic definition of the fruits. Now we all know that fruits are what? Fruits are the flowering part of the plant, and they are derived from a specific type of tissue, and this specific type of tissue are that like your ovaries. Sometimes it will contain one ovaries or sometimes it will contain more than one ovaries, and in some cases it is not necessary that each time the fruits and vegetables are always made up of ovaries. Sometimes it will also consider it will also made up of some accessories tissues. Okay, now fruits are means by which these plants disseminate seeds. Okay, so this is the basic definition of the fruits. Fruits are what? Fruits are flowering part of the plant which derive from the ovary. Now the classification of the fruit: berries, citrus, drums, grapes, melons, pomes, tropical and subtropical fruits. So these are the classification of the fruits, and the classification part are already discussed in the previous lecture. You can go through through that lecture and see the classification of the fruits. Now composition of the fruits, composition and nutritive value of the fruit. Now we all know that fruits are very good source of protein and fat. Okay, when we eat fruit, it is a good source of what? Protein and fat. Okay, except avocado. Avocado are the poor source of protein and fat. It also contain high amount of moisture, that we already see in the composition of the fruit, that the amount of the water present in the fruits are about 80 to 90%. Okay, that's why it will come under the category of high amount of moisture content. That's why it spoil easily. The shelf life of the fruits may be uh, 2 to 3 days in a normal condition, or 4 to 5 days in a refrigerated condition, that is your 0 to 5 degree Celsius. Why? Because of the high amount of the moisture contained. And these fruits are also a good source of fibers. Okay, so it is not a good source of the calories except banana, because banana have a good amount of banana have give a good amount of calories. Okay, and it also have higher percentage of sugar. Generally source of iron. Okay, generally it is a poor source of iron. This fruits are what? Fruits are poor source of iron. Okay, they are what? They are a poor source of iron except watermelon and cetaphil. Okay, and this mangoes are the good source of carotene, and oranges are fairly good source of carotene. Okay, if we talk about the pigment, how many amounts pigment, how much amount of pigments are present in the food, so in that category the mangoes are excellent source, and this oranges are fairly good source of the carotene. Now come to the next slide. Citrus fruit are good source of vitamin C. We all know that if the citrus fruits like your oranges, okay, lemon and musambi, they are what? They are the good source of the vitamin C. If fruit are burst, peeled, cooked, or exposed to a air, alkali, or copper, large amount of vitamin may be oxidized. Okay, if we peel the fruits, cook the fruits, okay, or we expose the fruit to the air and alkali or a copper, then what happens? Then the amount of vitamins present in a food may be oxidized. Okay, and apple give a fiber to the diet. That's why apple are the good source of the fibers. Good source of the fiber. Okay, that's why it give a fiber to our diet. Now pigments. Fruits contain all type of pigments like your chlorophyll, carotenoid, anthocyanin, and anthocyanin. And this anthocyanin and anthocyanins are also considered as a flavonoids. Okay. Now come to the next slide. Anthocyanins. Anthocyanins like an enzyme, your anthocyanins catalyze the reaction, and when this anthocyanins catalyze the reaction, there is a loss of color of anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are help in the color. Okay, when the enzyme anthocyanase, this is what? This is your enzyme anthocyanase. What it do? Catalyze the reaction, and when it catalyze the reaction, there is a loss of color which are appear due to the anthocyanins. Okay, and when we give heat and oxygen, various metallic ions also um, also cause undesirable change in color. Okay, we lost color due to the anthocyanins enzyme. We also lost the color due to the heat and oxygen. And this heat and oxygen produce a various metallic ions which cause undesirable change in color. The metal ion precipitate anthocyanins. This reaction may cause pinholing of cans. Okay. Now come to the next slide. Effect of canning or preserving. Color deteriorate on storage. Okay. When we do canning or preserving, sometimes maybe color is deteriorate. Effect of sulfur dioxide. Antimicrobial preservative like your potassium sulfite at high concentration around 1 to 1.5%, it may cause total irreversible bleaching. Okay, when we use potassium metasulfide, okay, this potassium bisulfide are what? They are a antimicrobial preservative, means that it preserves the growth of the microorganism. But if the high amount of this potassium metabisulfide are used, then it will cause irreversible bleaching, means that the bleach which cannot be reverse. See, I already told you that when we are using the preservative, when we using the preservative. Then there is a protocol for the use of this preservative. That means that how much amount of we use preservative in a food, and if this amount of the preservative increases or increases from the limited value, then this preservative is considered as a additive. Okay, so that's why the percentage of the preservative are very important. Now water. Fruit consists around 70 to 90% of water, and this water are totally found in vacuoles, and the soluble substance like sugar, salt, organic acid, and water soluble pigments are also present in a fruit. Cellulose and pectin substance. The framework of fruit is made up of cellulose. Okay, we all know that the fruits are made up of what? They are made up of a cellulose. Form of the cell wall of a plant cell. Pectin substance are also found in a cell wall between the cell. This pectin substance act as a cementing substance, and if we talk about composition of this pectin substance, then it is protopectin, pectinic acid, and pectic acid. So they are what? They are the composition of the pectic substance, and it will act as a cementing substance, and this pectin substance are found in cell wall and between the cell wall. Okay, so inside the cell wall it is also present, and in between the cell walls it is also present. Change in solubility is influenced by heat. Acid makes structure more firm. Alkaline disintegrate the fiber. If we use alkaline substance, then what it should do? It disintegrate the fibers. Okay, now come to the flavor constitutes. Okay, so it contains volatile compounds like your ester, aldehyde, acids, alcohols, ketones, and ether. It also contains sugar, tannin acid, mineral salt also affect the flavor of fruits. Okay, come to the next slide. Polyphenol or tannin. It comprised of catechin, leucoanthocyanins, and hydroxy acid. Okay, they are present in tissue of those woody plants while absent in herbaceous plant. This polyphenol or tannin are present in woody type of plant, but when we talk about the herbaceous plant, then in that case it is absent. Now tannin affect what? They affect the color and flavor of the fruits, and it present in high amount in skin and seeds. Okay, suppose this is your whole plant, sorry, whole fruit, but the amount of tannin are high in skin like this and the seeds. Okay, fleshy edible part maybe not contain the tannin, or it contain a less amount. Effect of polyphenol on fruits quality. Okay, these polyphenol create a undesirable astringency in some fruits. Okay, and in some fruits it contain a desirable astringency. Okay, like desirable astringency it create in ciders and wines. Okay, it also create a brown discoloration, and this brown color discoloration is occurred due to the oxidation. Okay, now it also create undesirable dark color complexes with iron due to sequestering action in canned food. Leucoanthocyanins cause development of pink and pinkish brown color. Okay, this leucoanthocyanins create pink or pinkish brown color in fruits or in fruits. Okay, bitterness in fruits are due to the limonoids, flavonol glycosides. Okay, It is the precursor of lignoin in intact citrus tissue combined with acidic pH of fruits. Okay, and the principle behind this bitter tasting flavonoids compound, that is your naringin. Naringin are the principal bitter tasting flavonoid compound. Okay, now see the post harvest and the storage changes in the quality of the fruits. Okay, when we post harvest or store the fruits, then all synthesis of organic compounds halts after harvest, but numerous physiological changes occur due to the storage. Your bulb, roots, tubers, seeds become relatively dormant when we store the fruits, whereas the uh, fleshy tissue, when we store it, it go under a ripening condition, and when it mature, then it continue to the senses. Now certain biochemical activities are also occur when we store the fruits. Certain biochemical activities also occur when we store the fruits. Okay, come to the next slide. Respiration rate varies with stage of maturity. Okay, this respiration rate is vary at different maturity state. Okay, suppose when it is initial stage of the maturity, then maybe the respiration rate are different, but when it go to the middle storage condition, sorry, middle stage of the maturity, then at that case the respiration rate are different. Now if we talk about the rate of respiration, then on the basis of rate of respiration, these fruits are considered as a climatic and non-climatic fruit. Okay, now non-climatic fruits are best when it ripe before harvesting. Okay, when we are not harvest it, and before the harvesting, what happens with that type of food, it will ripe, then it will consider as the best food of non-climatic. Now classification of climatic and non-climatic food, or you can say that the example of the climatic fruits and non-climatic foods: apple, apricot, banana, plum, papaya, mango, tomato, jackfruits are come under the category of climatic fruits, and the cherry, citrus fruits, figs, grape, melon, pineapple, strawberry are come under the category of non-climatic fruits. Cell wall component undergo changes. Cell wall component undergo changes after harvest. Okay. Uh, the cell wall is the outer layer of the fruits, and when we harvest the fruits, then there is changes occur in that cell wall, and this changes occur due to the various enzyme present in a fruits. Degraded, okay, the pectin present in a fruits, when we harvest it, it will degrade due to the presence of the pectinesterases and polygalactoneses. Okay, other enzymes like your cellulose and hemicellulose are also occur in the fruits. Now ripening of the fruits, it is genetically programmed, highly coordinated physiological process. Okay, when the fruits are ripe, then there are several changes are occur, and these changes are occur due to the presence of the enzymes like lipase, pectin, enzyme invertase, chlorophylase, and peroxidase. Okay, when the fruits are ripe, then the chlorophyll present in the food break down. Okay, due to which the colors are changes. First this color are yellow, sorry, green, then this green color are converted into yellow or oranges. Okay, you can you I think you can observe it when the fruit are ripe. Okay. Okay, now just imagine the fruits are not ripe. Okay, in that case, it is green in color, and this green in color is due to the presence of the chlorophyll in that fruit. Now, what happened? When the ripening occurs, this chlorophyll are break down. Okay, when this chlorophyll are break down, then several components are uh, produced, and this green color are changes into a yellow or a orange. Okay, and the fleshy part of the fruits become soft, and it is occur due to the protopectin, pectin, and in overripe fruits. Okay, there is decrease in acidity and increases different volatile substances, essentials, oils, and sugar. This the acidity of the fruits are decreases when it is ripe, and along with the amount of sugar, volatile substances, and essential oil increases. Okay, when it reaches at optimum temperature like 20 degrees Celsius and relatively humidity 90 to 95%. Okay, so the fruits required what? 20 degrees Celsius and relatively humidity 90 to 95 degree, sorry, 90 to 95% for the ripening process. Okay, so this is your ripening of the fruits. Storage. Now, first we talk about the post harvest condition, then store. Then after that we talk about the ripening process. Then after ripening, what should we do? We have to store the fruit. Then each fruit should be stored at the optimum temperature, and we have to ensure that a proper circulation of air should be there. Okay, now if we talk about commercial storage, then at that condition the fruits are stored at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, in a commercial storage condition, and the relatively humidity should be 85%. Okay, but if we talk about the home refrigerator, then it should be ventilated covered container. Okay, then the fruit should be stored at a ventilated or covered container. Now, strong flavor fruits can be stored in a tight container. Okay, the fruits in which have strong flavor. Okay, so that type of fruit should be contained, should be stored in an airtight container so that their flavor should not be transferred to the other fruits. Why we do it? So that their flavors should not transfer to the other fruits. Okay, so this is your storage. This is about the how we store these fruits. Now, enzymatic activities. Okay, normally the natural enzymatic compounds present in intact tissue do not come in contact with the enzyme phenol oxidase present in some tissue. Okay, there are some fruits in which the phenol oxidase are present. Okay, but when these fruits are under in a normal condition, in that condition, the natural enzymatic compound does not react with the tissue. Okay, phenol oxidase enzyme act and polyphenols oxidizing them to a orthoquinones. Orthoquinones rapidly polymerize to form a brown pigment, and the optimum pH is required for the browning is 5 to 7%, and this will seen in apple. Okay, when you see the when you cut the apple for a long time, you see that apple the color of the apple turn to the brown. Why it happened? Because of the enzymatic browning. Okay, there is a compound there is an enzyme phenol oxidase enzyme present in a particular fruits which turn the fruit color of the fruit to the brown color. Okay, And this phenol oxidase enzyme act on a polyphenol, and it oxidizes the polyphenol, and when the polyphenol oxidize, then orthoquinones are produced, and this orthoquinones give the brown color to the fruits. Okay, so this is about the enzymatic activity of the fruits. Now, systematic diagram of enzyme browning. What happened when we cut the fruit containing catechin, tyrosine, chlorogenic acid, and monodihydroxyphenol? Then this polyphenol in the presence of oxygen converted into a dihydroxyphenol alanine. Then again it will convert it into a orthoquinone, and again it polymerized and converted into a malonins. So this is a systematic diagram of the activity of the enzymatic browning. Now, how we prevent this enzymatic browning? We have to inactivate the enzyme, or we have to cut the oxygen. So we have two methods for the prevention of the enzymatic activity. One is your inactivate the enzyme, okay, or either we have to cut the supply of oxygen. Okay, either we store it at a low temperature like 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, either we change the pH, okay, either we use an antioxidant, and either we prevent it with the contact of the oxygen. So in temperature there are two conditions. One is either we store at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, or either we blanch it. Okay, blanching will occur around 100 degrees Celsius. So when we blanch this fruits, then at that condition we inactivate the browning, enzymatic browning. Non-enzymatic browning are occurred due to the presence of the ascorbic acid. Okay, and mixture of ascorbic acid and amino acid develop browning more rapidly, and this non-enzymatic browning are occur in banana. Okay, now the fruits parts are completed. Now come to the vegetable parts. Okay, the common definition of the vegetables are what? Vegetables are either plants or a part of the plants. Okay, and the classification of the vegetables are already discussed in the previous lecture. Here just see a quick revision, that is uh, it is classified into root, tubers, bulbs, leaves, and flowers, and the examples are also there, like carrot, beetroot, and radish are the example of the root. Potato, sweet potato are the example of the tubers. Garlic, onion are the example of the bulb. Cabbage, lettuce, spanish are the example of the leaves, and plantain flower, cauliflower, neem flower, broccoli are the example of the flowers. Uh, Fruits like your tomato, brinjal, ladyfingers, pumpkin, bottle, okay, bottle gourd, legume and pod seeds like your peas, beans, bengal gram, tender red gram, tender steams like platinum steam, amarnath steam, celery steam. They are the example of the steam fungi like your mushroom, and algae like a spirulina. So these are what they are. They are the group of the vegetable, and these are the example of the vegetables. Okay, so the classification based on nutrition like green leafy, roots, tubers, and other vegetable. Pigment, most of the pigments occur in plastids. Okay, if we talk about the vegetable pigments, sorry, in vegetable the pigments are occur where? It is occur in a plastids. Okay, some of the water soluble pigments are also present, and they are present in a vacuoles. Okay, the chief pigments like water soluble and fat soluble. Okay, they are what? They are water soluble, they are fat soluble. Okay, water soluble pigments like chlorophyll. Chlorophylls are present in a chloroplast, we all know that. Okay, chlorophyll are what? Chlorophyll are the water soluble pigment, water insoluble pigments. Okay, and two chlorophylls are present. One is your chlorophyll A and another is your chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A give a intense blue color and chlorophyll B give a dull yellow green color. Okay, chlorophyll A give a intense blue green color. Okay, and chlorophyll B give a dull yellow green color. And it is occur in the ratio of 3:1. If the 3 part of the chlorophyll A is present in a vegetable, then 1 part should be a chlorophyll B. Okay, carotenoids are present like yellow, orange, red, and fat soluble pigments are present. They are present as alpha carotene, beta carotene, gamma carotene, xanthophylls, and cryptoxanthins. Okay, they are what they are a carotenoids. Carotenoids. Okay, yellow, orange, red, and fat soluble pigments are present, and this uh, they are there are alpha carotene, beta carotene, gamma carotene, xanthophylls, and cryptoxanthins are present. Beta carotene is valuable in the synthesis of vitamin E. Beta, we all know that beta carotene is help in the synthesis of vitamin A. Now come to the next slide. Okay, if we talk about the water soluble pigments, then they are flavonoids, anthocyanins. Anthocyanins give red to purple color to the vegetable, and anthocyanin, which give a colorless or a white color. Okay, now anthocyanin, we are going to discuss about the anthocyanin. Anthocyanins are present in the vacuoles. Anthocyanins are anthocyanins without sugar in their structure. Okay, if we talk about and what is anthocyanins, anthocyanins are also called anthocyanin, but here the sugar are absent, and they are pelargonium, which give a red color, cyanidin, which give reddish blue color, and delphinidin, which give blue colors. Okay, they are pigment. Now here the classification of the anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are classified into a 4 group: flavonols, flavonols, flavonones, and flavonols. Okay, these flavonols are again divided into a retinol. Flavonols are again divided into a captopril. These flavonols are divided into a naringin, and these flavonols are divided into a catechin and leucoanthocyanins. These catechin are divided into a gallocatechins, and these leucoanthocyanins are divided into a leucoanthocyanins. Okay, now comes to the next slide. Organic acid. There are several organic acids are also present in a vegetable like formic acid, succinic acid, citric acid, acidic, malic, fumaric, tartaric, and benzoic acid. They are what? They are organic acid. And the concentration of this organic acids are lower as compared to the are lower in vegetable as compared to the fruits. In fruits, the amount of the organic acids are high, but in case of vegetable, the amounts of the organic acid are low. Okay, tomato and vegetable with concentration of acid have pH 4 to 4.6. The vegetable which contain this organic acid have pH 4 to 4.6, but in mostly the pH of the fruits are in between the 5 to 5.6. Enzyme. The enzyme present in the fruits are composed of a protein. Okay, and it will destroy when we apply heat or give a chemical. There are two types of enzyme are present in a vegetable: hydrolytic enzyme and oxidoreductase. Okay, example of the enzyme: your papain, anthocyanase, peroxidases, phenolysis, and glycosidases. These are the example of the enzyme. Flavor of the compound. The natural flavor of the vegetables are occur due to the mixture of the aldehyde, alcohols, ketones, organic acids, sulfur compound. Okay, astringent taste is due to the phenolic compound and tannins. Okay. The strong flavor of the vegetable are due to the presence of the sulfur containing compound like allium and curry ki fairy vegetables. Okay, so these are the chart of the flavor component in sulfur containing vegetable. Okay, so like garlic contain, there is a precursor allen S2 bromophenol. Okay, reaction with treatment like cutting, crushing result in alanine formation. This undergo non-enzymatic decomposition due to the decomposition of disulfide and thiosulfide, and finally volatile compounds are present like disulfide further decomposed to a complex mixture of monosulfide and trisulfide. Okay, so this is the flavor component present in sulfur containing vegetable like garlic, onion and brassica family, your cabbage and cauliflower. Now what happened when we cook the vegetable? Okay, so when we cook the vegetable, then there is a effect in water content, carbohydrate and protein. Okay, lots of nutrients during the cooking. Okay, mechanical losses, solvent action of water, oxidation and decomposition. These are the reason of the loss of the nutrition during the cooking. Effect of cooking on pigment. Okay, when we cook the vegetable, then what happened with the vegetable? This chlorophyll effect of putting in hot water. Okay, when we put the vegetable in a hot water, then there is a effect in a chlorophyll. Okay, effect of prolonged cooking and acid. Okay, when we cook the vegetable prolonged, then there is a effect in chlorophyll. Okay, when we apply the canning to the vegetables, then there is a effect in a chlorophyll. Okay, when we apply sodium to the vegetable, then there is a effect in a chlorophyll. Okay, sodium bicarbonate. When we freeze the vegetable, then there is a effect in chlorophyll. When we apply copper or when the vegetable mix with the copper, then there is then it create a effect in a chlorophyll. And when there is a apply a calcium salt in a vegetable, then there is a effect in a chlorophyll. So what happened when we there is a effect of putting in hot water, there is a effect in prolonged cooking, effect of canning, effect of sodium bicarbonate, effect of freezing, effect of copper and effect of calcium salt. Now carotenoids. Carotenoids, when we heat or oxidize, then there is a decrease in the carotenoids. And when we cook the vegetable in a fat, then the amount of the carotenoids decreases. Flavonoids, anthocyanins. Okay, when the pH changes, then the amount of the anthocyanins changes. Effect of metal, effect of method of cooking, effect of tap water and effect of pickling. These are the changes occur due to the and due to the these are the effect occur on the anthocyanins. Betalains, when the pH changes, then the amount of betalains also changes. Anthocyanins, effect of pH, effect of metal, effect of cooking on sulfur containing vegetable, bitter compounds in vegetables. Storage of vegetable. When we store the vegetable in a refrigerated condition, then there is a loss of moisture. Then when the loss of the moisture occurs, then the shelf life of the vegetable increases. Shelf life of the vegetables increases. Okay. Flavor get impaired because of enzyme action and conversion of sugar to a starch. Mature vegetable deteriorate less in storage than immature vegetable. The vegetable which are mature are less deteriorate during the storage as compared to the immature vegetable. How we store this vegetable? We have to store the vegetable either in a covered container or a plastic bag in a refrigerator. There is a two condition of the storage of the vegetable. Either it is a covered container and either it is a plastic bag. See, this covered container and this plastic bag should be food friendly. Okay. Factor affecting the storage. See, this is the boxes for the storage of the vegetable. When we store the fruit, when we store the vegetable, then there is a effect in their life, loss of water, there is a effect in respiration and microbial spoilage. Okay, loss of water increases, respiration rate decreases, and ultimately the microbial spoilage inhibit during the refrigerated condition. Fungi like your mushroom umbrella shape with a central stalk cap called pilus, devoid chlorophyll, low calorie, rich in protein and less fat. Algae, spirulina, nutrient dense food rich in vitamin B and carotene. Gamma linoleic acid are also present in a spirulina, better than one soya protein, egg protein or milk protein. This spirulina are much better than the soya protein, egg protein and milk protein. Thank you for the watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And if you have any query, just let us know in a comment box. And you can also ask your query uh, at the helpline number given in the slide. And you can also follow the ITLS Academy on different platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. You can also get our app from a Google Play. Thank you so much. If you have any query, just let us know in a comment box.